Is there a child in here that we heard crying before?
That was like a whistle. Yeah.
Ghost Dimension.
Hola, everybody. I hope you're having a good day today. It is Tuesday, actually like the last Tuesday in November, which is like, where has the time gone? I can't believe Christmas is just down the road here really quick. Just absolutely bizarre. I hope everybody's having a good day today. Just for the record, I'm feeling really, I don't know, it's kind of like it's not an overwhelming feeling, but I feel like unrest, like something's going on and we don't know what it is yet. So I'm not really sure what is going on, but we will find out, I'm sure, by the end of the day. So until then, I'm going to come on and do some readings for y'all, and let's see who's here today. Hi, JB. How are you? Hi, Cindy. How are you? Hi, Cook. How are you? Hi, Chloe. Purple HD. Hi, how are you? So I got the cards here. The toddler's out, and he's walking around on the floor. So if I have to get up in a few minutes because he's over here, you'll have to excuse me. He didn't want to stay in his cage today. He was being quite bratty. All right, so let's see who. Yeah, I'll give you a card first. Absolutely, I will. It's kind of quiet today. We're only at 24 degrees Fahrenheit here at the lake. Sun's out, but man, it is windy, breezy, icy, cold. All the critters are hiding. All right, so let's see what I got for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, this is always interesting. Today, Cook, you got the desert wolf or the coyote, okay? And they are known in different cultures. It's the same type as a trickster or Pan in Greek mythology. It also represents kind of being very diligent, be able to work on your own without needing support of other people during certain times. You always have a way of mastering and figuring out what you need to do. And this is what coyotes do. This is what they teach us to do. They travel in packs, but they work as a group. So they'll yip one side over there, one side over here, whatever they're focusing in on, they communicate together. And this is what's coming through for you right now. It also represents the South, which is also feminine energy. So you might be needing to balance a little bit more so you feel a little more grounded. But what I'm seeing specifically is them calling out to each other as a group. So there's something that's going on right now, and you're going to need the input of people. And I feel like it's on the outside. So people that aren't dealing with or would have the opportunity to deal with is what they're saying, like the same thing. It's almost like you're getting input from others. And if you need to, ask those around you, because this is what they're doing. They're all communicating a different part of the puzzle to you so that you can make a confirmed decision on how you want to approach whatever this is or how you want to handle whatever this is. But I'm literally seeing the coyotes over the fields, and they're all around you, trying to give you insight and purpose for whatever it is that you're trying to figure out right now. I'm also hearing really loud that it has to be, you have to trust the sources where they're coming in from. And I'm really hearing there's going to be a lot of different people that are going to have a lot of different pieces to the puzzle to put it together for you totally. Okay. So, yeah, kind of pay attention. And when you need to, ask the questions because they're important to have those answers so that you can make a informed situation. Okay. So there you go, Cook. Good to have you here, and I hope that resonates for you, the desert wolf or the coyote. I'm doing okay, Cindy. It's I don't know. I'm not quite sure what's going on today. It's feeling off. And Pip, you're being a lot, so you need to stop. Everybody's kind of out of sorts today. Oh, here he is. Hang on. Come on, bud. Come on. Up, up, up. Oh, say hi, everybody. Say hi, everybody. Yep, say hi. He's getting here. Go over here. Say hi. Who's that in this? Ooh, who's that? You wanted to come over and pick cards? Sorry, guys. Hang on tight. I got to put him in so he doesn't go anywhere. Hang on. He doesn't like this. There you go. What? Let go. There you go. Should have done this before I got on. Sorry, guys. He's just a lot today for whatever the reasons are. He's a lot today. Like I said, things are just really strange today. So I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, welcome to the new member, JB. Welcome. I'm glad you're here to support the kids. I didn't get to talk to them today. I was going to try to, and I didn't. You can definitely have a card, James. Let's see what we got for you. Yeah, I'm like, Christmas is just around the corner. Kind of strange, right? I don't know. I just don't know where the time flew. It's like, didn't we just finish this? I don't mind the snow because I'm in the house. But yeah, it kind of, I don't know. It's kind of one of those days where you want to curl up in front of the TV under a bunch of blankets and just be mindless for a while. All right, James, let's see what I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, this card just comes up a lot with people, and I've got 72 cards in this deck, so it's really odd sometimes. But it's the ram, okay? They're great animals to watch in the wild, these bighorn rams. They jump from cliff to cliff, and they can go up a cliff on little, it's like, you ever see those people where they kind of go down on a rock wall and they grab little pieces of rock that are sticking out to move up the wall? This is what the rams do on their own to get up and be on. That's their dwelling, right? So there's a couple things that are coming through for you. And like I said, one thing that the rams give us is balance, right? They teach us how to balance properly. So what I'm seeing for you is a little bit of, you need to balance some things out to feel more secure in this decision that you're in the process of making, like you're trying to decide which way you want to take it. But I'm also hearing, and because I'm a Capricorn and it's represented by the big ram, with the twisty through. It's kind of like Aries is too with the ram, the big horns, but they're bullheaded, and that's what I keep hearing about you right now. He's being extremely bullheaded, and by doing so, it's throwing the rest of you kind of off balance. Okay, off balance from. It's kind of like they've got you on a teeter-totter. So there's a decision that you're making and you kind of go up, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And it's because you're missing the in-between of the yes and no. So you're not completely sold on whatever this idea is. You feel strong with it, but so what they're telling me to let you know is you got to kind of step back from being so bullheaded. That's what I call it. I'm bullheaded too. You can ask any of my friends or family. They'll tell you the same thing. I'm very bullheaded. This is something I've worked on for years, and it's not easy because you're the one that usually takes charge and does all this stuff, right? And it isn't happening the way you want it to, or you want to control it more than you can right now. So you have to set that down and stop doing the up, down, and get to the truth that's in the middle of it, and stop being so bullheaded because there's more than one side, and that's what they're saying really loud. So I hope that resonates for you, and I hope it helps you a little bit. All right, and that's your card, James the Ram. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Gonna go down. No, I don't actually, Chloe, and I know this is going to sound really, really bad to everybody, but My daughter is downstate and she decorates her house. And because her grandmother is here, up by where I live, they're going to be coming up. But because they're only going to be here for a day and a half, they get here late Friday and they're gone by Sunday morning. I'm not going to put decorations up. Doesn't mean I don't listen to Christmas music. Doesn't mean I don't participate with that stuff. But we're going to have a different kind of a Christmas this year. And because physically I can't take all that stuff down again and drag it up to the attic again. So no. But my kid, she always decorates her place to the max, because that's what she grew up with, as I always did. It's just with my physicalities now, I can't. And actually talking to her the other day, she's kind of overwhelmed too. Like everybody is, right? Everybody's a little overwhelmed with kind of all the crap that's going on in the world. And it's very hard to stay positive when you got that stuff going on around you. So yeah, but no, I'm not going to do it this year. Just not going to. But if you were over here, Chloe, you could come over to the house, because I'm going to be baking some Italian butter cookies and raspberry blintzes and angel wings, all that kind of stuff, probably in a week or so. That's going to be my Christmas. All right. Hi, Margaret. I don't see where you are, but I think you're here. Everybody is saying, oh, no problem. I actually poured a cup of tea for myself, and yeah, I forgot it in the other room. And thank you. I hope you're doing well, Margaret. Okay, I'm going to go down a little farther. You could do that. He would probably love you. He's very spoiled. So sometimes I have to like put the kibosh on him a little bit, like I did just now. He walks all over the house. And somebody asked me the other day that visited me, doesn't he poop everywhere? He's got one place to do it, and it's the outside of his cage. And I have these mats on the floor that I clean up every other day. And that's what he does. So yeah, no, neither do the other ones. They don't poop on me. Once in a while they might, but not very often. All right, so let me see here. Well, hello. Maria, how are you from London? I hope things are good in London. I would absolutely give you a card, Kimberly. Let me get a second here. Hi, Leanne. How are you? Oh, all right. Let's see what I got here. Oh, all right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, this is another card that comes up quite a bit. This card for you is the elk. We do have them in Michigan. They're massive, massive beasts. They're about a half hour west of me, and then they're like on that side of the state, on the west side of the state. But what they are about when they're drawn or when they're pulled or when they're showing their energy is about the community, okay? And the community that's around you. It doesn't necessarily mean the residential community. It can, but it's usually about the community of friends and family that you have that are close to you. And I keep hearing, and this is what they bring through. They either bring the whole herd through or they show me one lone elk. And what I'm seeing is one lone elk. And what that tells me is that you need to have your voice heard. You need to communicate in a manner that will imprint on others in positive ways. Okay. You know, it's like a lot of us right now, you know, there's so much negativity and stuff going on in the world. And it's like, oh, what am I going to do? I'm one person. And this is about that one person that we are. If we imprint and put positives out to that and around it, it ripples. And everybody does a little bit of that. The ripples finally connect and they bring balance. And this is what I'm hearing for you. You need to bring balance to your community, which is those, like I said, that are important to you, your friends, your family, that you hold nearest and dearest. And it doesn't have to be family by blood. What they're also telling me is like some of these people that are around you are actually waiting for you to say something, and they're kind of holding back. They're not making commitments yet to whatever this is going on, and they're waiting for your opinion. So make sure you allow your voice to be heard, because sometimes we get lost in the shuffle, and people over talk, and I don't mean literally, but their energy tops ours. So you have to find your opportune moment to make sure your voice is heard. Okay, very important. And I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because they don't expect it from you, like that you would respond, or even maybe that you respond the way you want to respond. But whatever it is, stand true to who you are and let your voice be heard. Okay. So thanks, Kimberly. And I hope that resonates for you. It's just a hard place to maneuver right now. We all do it. The world is knocking everybody off balance. It's like we're in a barrel tumbling down a hill, right? We can't get out of it. Yeah. Okay, Kimberly, I just read for you. I will, Maria. How are you? I hope you're well. Leanne, I'll get you one in a second. I will be happy to. Let me do one for Marie first. Good, James. I'm glad that's good for you. Chloe. Yeah, I know. I can't I'm lucky I got what I got just to keep the roof over my head, girl. I wish I could. I wish I could fly a lot of people around. I wish I could even go to other people. All right, here you go. Let's see what we got for Maria. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Well, this is actually one of my favorites, of course, but not my main bear, but this is a bear nonetheless, and it's the polar bear. Okay, love polar bears. Actually, the polar bears are very active bears. They're not like the grizzlies and the browns and the black bears. They don't do a lot of hibernation. They're always on the move. But what this one for you is, okay, bears are really strong at their core. And bears typically represent the west, okay, the direction of west, which means endings, cleaning stuff out, and then new beginnings. So it's a double kind of whammy. Okay, so you get the old leaving and letting it go into the new that you're going to usher in because you cleared all this stuff away. I'm also seeing that okay, they're showing me like the polar bear, and it's like, I don't know if you've ever seen them, and actually it kind of looks like the way this one is, the way they lay, but they kind of scoot across the ice like a rug, like a bearskin rug. They'll pull themselves across the snow, and this is what I'm seeing for you. It's about adaptability. Okay, one of the main things that polar bears are sharing, especially now, a lot of other wildlife as well, but the polar bears are really feeling it, is they have to learn to adapt to the changes that are happening in the earth and the world that they normally live in. We have polar ice caps that are melting. We have rising of warmer temperatures in the snowlands, wherever they're at, right? But they're learning to adapt. They've even adapted thus so far as to have bred with grizzlies in a warmer area where they never were before. And that's what they're trying to tell you. It's about adaptability, okay? Sometimes, and they're saying pick and choose your battles, okay? Because sometimes they're not even worth the energy we put into them to be able to have a response from them. Okay, it's like wasting our energy. So they're saying pick your battles, pick your choices, but it's going to take some adaptability where and they're showing me like my way or no way, right? It can't be that way. There has to be compromise involved and adaptability. So whatever's going on with you, you need to kind of take a step back, clear out all the stuff that doesn't work with you anymore. Don't drag stuff that's behind you, because we can't walk backwards into time and change anything. Okay, we just learn from what it is. And when we learn, that assists us in things that are coming up. It's not that you'll ever forget that or what happened. Just don't bring forward the trauma or the distrust, is the word they're using, of whatever these experiences were in the back. But you need to adapt. You need to clear that all out. And it's okay. You know, it's okay to put things on the other side. It's okay to say, no, not today. It's okay, because you need to take care of yourself. But you need the adaptability to be able to kind of embrace the changes that are coming. They're also telling me to not to let me try that again. They're also telling me to tell you not to just go in blindly, but be aware of everything that's around you, and you will be okay. And that new chapter will come after that's all cleaned up, and that new chapter will be there so that you can move forward and write the next chapters of your story. So Maria, I hope that resonates for you and makes sense. And your card today is the polar bear. Oof. Okay, so let us see where we're going. It's kind of quiet today. Yeah, you know, it is, Maria. I see you commented down here. It's just, you're welcome. It's just, I don't know. I can't like put my finger on what it is, Maria. And it's like an overall, it's not with me personally, but it's that unknowing. And it's kind of like the spidey senses, you know, Spider-Man had. It's kind of like, yeah, I can sense something is off. I don't know if it's going to be a prelude to something. It's a prelude to something that's coming worldwide. I don't know what it is, but it has me distracted. Let's put it that way, Maria. It has me distracted. Okay, Leanne, how are you today? I hope you're well. Let's see what I can get for you today. Hi, Kimberly. See what I can get for Miss Kimberly or Miss Leanne today. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. My Ruthie, my buddy, likes these a lot, and I carry their medicine. Great horned owl, the owl. Okay, so this is for you about you making yourself more aware of what is around you, what's showing up around you, what people are doing around you, what people are saying around you, and not necessarily your immediate circle. It's kind of like on the outside, because there's things that you need to see to help you move better through your life path. Okay. Now, when the owls come in, there's some really cool features that owls have. They can literally take their head from looking this way and go all the way to the back, like turn it completely halfway so it's parallel like it was in the front. And it can't go all the way around, but it can go all the way back on one side and then all the way back on the other side. Okay. This is so that you're aware of what's going on around you. You're aware of the settings. You're aware of who's in place and what's going on. But they've also got an ability to see with radar positioning and precise spottings on the ground what they need to see, like when they're going out hunting. You know, they can see from a very high distance. They have like night vision, and they're very adept. Now, in my culture, some of the tribes and clans are very fearful of owls. They represent for them sometimes death or bad tidings. That's not how I view them, and it's not how I was raised from my elders to learn how they were. They have great, they have the ability to teach humans, if we pay attention to them, a lot about life and how to do things. They're great parents. They teach. I was witness when I had my 10 acres that I lived on. We used to watch with the big bales of hay out in the field for the horses. the owls would come in, and when they're young would finally get full feathered, they take them out there and teach them to hunt. So I was very amused, and I was very gifted in the able to see them to teach the young. So this is what's coming up with you as well. It's about using that extra perception that you have. Like maybe you put on the background a little bit and say, it's just coincidence. It's just coincidence. Not always coincidence. Usually it's something for a reason. So pay attention to that. And like I said, also, they're showing me about teaching their young people. So you need to keep that idea in your head so that you bring positives into the young people that are in your life. And you may not think it's important at the time, but there are key pieces of how you interact with the younger people in your life that will be key to teach them how to be better or how to be their best self by showing them by what you do. Okay, so Leanne, that is your card today, and it is the Great Horned Owl. I hope that resonates with you. I love owls. I love birds. Obviously, I have a bunch of them. I love animals. They can teach us all so much. We just have to pay attention to them. It's like I told somebody the other day, I go, we're going to have an early winter. And they're like, oh, no. I've been saying this since September because the birds were on a migration pattern here. And I was seeing all kinds of birds take off. The squirrels, their fur was getting heavier. The cattle, when I would be driven into town and we go by the farms, the cattle and the horses already had their winter fur growing in by the beginning of October. So that was a big signature for me that, yeah, so you got to really pay attention to what's going on around you all the time. All right, so let me go down. La, 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 la. You're welcome, Kimberly, and you're welcome, Maria. You're right. It is. Absolutely it is. Yep, it is. Okay, so Simon, yeah, I can get you a reading, not a problem. Okay, Simon, before I even pull your card, you're about your mom and your dad. And this has been like ringing for 3 days in my head. So perhaps this is for you and other people as well. But this is what I keep hearing in my head. We need to learn to, not you in particular, but as community, right? As people in the world, we need to learn how to be our better selves with elders. We need to watch out for them, pay attention to them. And the elders that are in our own lives, we need to continue to connect with them because we never know when you're not going to be able to connect in the way we can as human. This is also a time for elders, if you think you're all like overwhelmed by what's going on in the world or just depressed about what's going on in the world or never thought you'd see the day, they're doing that times 100. Okay, so it's a good thing to talk to them about everything, and harness that energy and the teachings that they can give you. They're walking history books. Okay, if people don't realize they're walking history books in their family with their elders, they're missing out on a lot. Okay, so it's really super important. And I agree, Simon, not just your parents, but a lot of people's parents and grandparents are feeling this. And it's really difficult to go through our lives the way we are, even at our age and younger right now, and then to think about how they're coping. So yeah, you need to make sure, people, that you connect with them. And they don't need you up in their stuff every day, but I would definitely say each week you need to get in touch with them. And grandkids, you need to get hold of your grandparents and say, hey, get hold of your aunts and uncles and say, hey, and have conversations with them. And that will help a lot of people get through these times because we have to depend on each other. Okay, with that said, Simon, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Well, and this is actually appropriate for what I just said. And your card today is the beaver. The beaver's all about family, okay? We're also coming into what is today, the 20th. Tomorrow night is the full moon of this month, and it's the beaver moon. So there's a lot of that family orientated energy. And it's about taking care of your family and keeping them close, keeping them secure, giving them that unconditional love, and helping them to balance with what's going on in the world. This is not a surprise for me at all with this card. Also, I'm going to tell you, Simon, with that full moon tomorrow, step outside, take a few deep breaths in, and just be. And I don't know where you live or where you're at, but just be. Look up at the sky. I'm really blessed where I'm at because I don't have city lights like a lot of people do. The stars up here are brilliant, but it's almost like they want you to step out and see the world. And this is what we all have to get back to. This is the lesson that's being shared, not just for you, Simon, but for everybody that's listening, is we are all family. We are all related. So, yeah, there's going to be bad people in the world, people that aren't doing what they're supposed to, but there's this kind of larger spiritual war going on. And the more that people like yourself, Simon, and the people that are here or, that do the kind of work we do, each time we give out that unconditional or we give that support to somebody in our group, that's giving more power to the spiritual war being won on the positive side. Okay, we have to shine the lights on the shadows so the shadows don't continue to exist. This isn't through violence. This is through showing unconditional for other people, being there for other people, stepping up for other people, protecting other people, standing up for our children, being involved with all our family and friends that we consider to be family. That's what's really important with this today. And to me, they're saying you're kind of an ambassador for that, Simon. I don't know you personally, but this is what I keep seeing is you have a really good heart. And it's like, that's what you're there for, is to be that unconditional for many, many people. So thanks for stopping in today. And you probably didn't know you're going to get a Wikipedia answer on that one, but there you go. And it's the beaver is your card. I hope it resonates for you. Woo! Hi, Presh. How are you? I see you just popped on. Who else is here? Okay, let's see. Yeah, I can give you one, Presh. Hang on. Ooh, okay. Hang on a minute. Hang on, I gotta look at this before she goes. I'll get you a brush. Yeah, emotions are running high, Maria. Just know you're not the only one, and you need to kind of seek any of us, not just yourself, but anyone that's around you. Make sure you're there for each other. Because yeah, these are times like I posted something on Facebook today and Instagram, and it said me getting up in the morning, and it was the little, they call him Gru, I think his name is, but Baby Yoda. And they have this picture and they said, "Yay, I'm up today. Let's do something exciting." And then the picture on the bottom was the little Yoda guy, the little Yoda baby laying there and going, "Yeah, I don't know. Don't listen to that crazy fool. Sleep is better." And that's kind of where everybody is. You go to bed at night and you think, "Oh, I'm going to be really positive and this and this and this is going to be tomorrow." And then you get up in the morning and it's like, do I really have to? And we have to be the ones that do it. We're in charge of ourselves. So if you need a day off from the world, take a day off from the world. But otherwise, we're in charge of our world. So we have to do things that are going to make it better for us and the people in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. You as well. Today they're coming in. Okay, so your card today is the fox, the red fox. I love fox. They're if you've ever heard them talk, they sound like babies crying. They make this really tiny baby whimper yippy sound. I swear, if you hear it, you'd think it was a baby somewhere. But when I was getting ready to toss this card, they also brought in it looked like a shell, like kind of like my abalone shell, but it was smaller. But it's a shell, and they had a candle on it that was lit, and they set it in the pond, and I saw them do this, and whatever this was, shell or whatever, it kind of floated to the middle, and it's like almost like it's a sacred time right now. But this is what they're doing, is they're putting this candle, and it kind of shaped like a lotus flower, but it's like a shell inside of the lotus flower. So it's like going out onto the pond or a stream or a river or something. I don't know, but that's what they're showing me. So then with the red fox coming in, okay, so the red fox, they kind of do things. They're very shy animals. They're very, they'll hide. You know, they don't want people to see them. They don't want other animals to see them. They have their kits in a den where they dig out a hole into the ground. And they're showing me all of this. And they're very patient. They're actually very patient. If they know, like I had ducks that I used to raise on my farm, and I had like 180 ducks at one time, and I had a big coop for them. They would come in at night, and then I let them go out on the stream all day to the pond that was in the back of the property. But what they're showing me is the fox would sit and wait for an opportune time to come down and grab one of the ducks, obviously for a meal, right? And this is like, okay, the words that are being given to me right now, Presh, are surgical and precise. So whatever's going on, it has to be done like almost surgically, but very precise. Like, and by precise, they're meaning whatever it is that you're putting out to the world or the spirit or your prayers or your thought, whatever it is, it has to be precise. And you have to wait for the precise time. But I'm also, again, seeing this light go out on this pond, like, again, a shell embedded in a lotus flower with the greenery around it. I mean, I have them here. I love it. On the lake in the spring, we have lotus flowers come up here, and they're beautiful. But I'm not sure what the connection is. But like I said, they want you to be very precise and patient about, and again, they're saying almost surgical to whatever this is that you're going to step into this next part. And I do get like hindrance a little bit, like you're kind of like, not yet, maybe not yet, maybe not. And this is why the fox is bringing in that patience with you, for you. So that's your card today, and I hope it resonates for you. It seems to me that they're kind of trying to just guide you on this path that you've been on, and like this is the next big step. But it's something you've also asked for, if that makes sense. So that was your card, Fresh, and I hope it resonates for you. Okay, I'm going to go down a little bit more. Yeah, that's cold. Yeah, that's cold. I can tell you, Margaret, that in the winter, even when it's just cold, I go around to each room in my home and I crack the window open about that much. Like I push it so it's open to get that fresh air in. And because I do that, I don't always tightly seal my windows. Not all of them anyway, because I want some of that cooler air to come into the house. And this morning, like 6 of my big windows were frosted over because they had just a little itty bitty slit to come through with that cold air. So it is cold. Stay warm out there. Woo, stay warm, stay warm. Oh, well, that's good, I guess. Yeah. Well, congratulations. Never a fun time at the holidays, but hey, you're very welcome, Maria. You're very welcome. Glad you were here. Oh, la 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 la, Jillian. Yeah. Oh, okay, gotcha. Hi, Lam Sue. How are you? Hope you're well. Okay. Oh, hi, Kay. How are you? I hope you're well. Yeah, I can give you a card. I'm just kind of. Yeah. Hi, Tammy. Yeah, I can get you too. Hang on. Yeah, it's just a odd day. Even Mulan, look, she's weird today too. She's just really quiet. She's old. 20 years old. Can you believe that? 20 years old she is. That's an old Siamese cat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Well, you guys saw me shuffle it. Can't make this up. I swear to God, 72 cards. And you also got the red fox, okay? Okay, so for you, first thing they showed me was the fox going under a fence. Like the white fences, like you see in a field with horses, you know, where they have the one on the top, one in the middle, one on the bottom. And I'm seeing this fox go underneath. There's a situation that's going on with you, and you're going to have to respond to it or go through it in very different ways. Like you can't approach it, whatever this is or whoever this person is that's involved with it. You can't just come in and say, boo, you're here, I'm here. Booyah, I'm here. Okay. It's kind of, you have to kind of dig into it a little bit to get into the situation without anybody watching you or knowing that you are paying attention, to kind of get a bigger feel for what's going on. I feel that this is with family members, like, and I mean like extended family, you know, because the holidays brings everybody together and stuff. But I feel that it's something that will really affect you in a way if you went into it blind, okay? And if you went into it and just said, booyah, here I am, you wouldn't get the whole picture, because people or the things that are happening wouldn't be as clear, and the people that are around you won't be forthcoming in what's going on, if that makes sense. And it's kind of like you dig under this fence, and when you push all this dirt away and you come up on the other side, they don't even know you're there. And it's like, oh, so this is going on and that's going on. Now I understand, so that you'll be able to approach whatever this is more balanced and with a better thought process behind it. And I'm also being told, don't worry about it. You don't need to control the situation. You don't need to try to control the people that or how they're doing things. I think just take care of you and yours, and everything will be fine. But you do need the bigger picture to see what's going on. Because if you kind of go in blindly, it won't help you, and the situation will get wonky. Nothing bad, nothing negative, just you don't need to deal with it. Okay, so that's your card today. Okay, and it's the red fox also. All righty. Tammy, I said, yeah? Did I? Yeah, I didn't do you. I would have remembered the dolphin. All right, so. Yeah. I actually do feel better today. I know last Tuesday was rough, but my throat's doing a lot better. No more choking anyway, so that's always good. All right, Tammy, let's see what I got for you today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, this is a nice card, especially at this time of year. You've got the hummingbird, okay? So the hummingbird is all about the beauty. It's all about the energy spent. It's all about being selective, but it's also being kind of mindful of your energy. Okay, so you were all coming into this part of the holiday season. There's so many holidays packed in between November and January, actually until the end of January, that are just crazy. Doesn't matter what culture you're in. I mean, everybody's got something going on, and it's a lot. So I'm being told specifically to tell you, make sure you take care of you during this period, because I feel like there's going to be a stress level that's going to elevate if you don't. You need to slow it down. So when the hummingbirds come in and show me, what they tell me, if it's about your energy, is they'll show how busy they are during the day. Okay. Sometimes that's what people need to be, is busy, 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 right? But then what the hummingbirds do at the night, or actually when the sun goes down, like there's no more sun, you could find them laying in bushes or their little nests, and their nests are really, really, really tiny. And they kind of curl up, but they look like they're dead. Okay. And they're not. But what they do is they take their metabolism down so low that it refills the energy in them, so that when the sun comes up, they're ready to go, go, go again, right? But when you see them, you literally think, oh my gosh, it's dead. You can pick them up and they're limp, okay? But they're not. They just slow their metabolism down so slow that they restore their energy. And this is what I'm being shown for you, because I feel like from what they're showing me, and this actual hummingbird's kind of making me dizzy because it's just moving everywhere at once. This is about you taking care of you so that you can take care of those around you. Okay. Don't get in too deep into figuring out other people's, how they're going to do things or how they're going to respond to things. Just work with you so that you're the best you, so that you'll get everything you need from the different situations for you to feed your soul, to make you happy. Of course, we care about the people that are around us, but right now it's, if you're happy, everybody else will be happy. If you're rested and have energy, everybody else around you will have that energy. So this is what they're telling you to do. Just be very mindful, okay, of what's going on around you. Okay. And that's your card. And I hope it resonates for you, Tammy. And thanks for coming in. Whoo, yeah, you know, that's the way I was, Simon. My parents, my mom lived with me. She died at 88. She moved up north here with me. My father died 7 months prior to my daughter, or my father died 7 months prior to my daughter being born. But he had gotten very ill. He died in his 70s, and I took care of him. My parents, and I've got other parents that I have other people that were kind of parental figures for me, and I contact with them all the time as well. It's just so, so important that we remember our elders, right? All right. Let me see here. Jillian, how are you? You can get a card. Yeah, it is. Presh, it is. They whatever this time, and I haven't seen, I don't think I've seen them do that in a while. I don't believe, because it just, and this is what they put in. But it's like it's festive this time. It's kind of got that festive feeling around you. So I don't know. I don't know what you celebrate or how you do. So hopefully it resonated for you. All right, you can. You can, Miss Jillian. Let's see what I can get for you today. Alrighty, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. For those that are new and that don't know, I choose the 7th card because there's 7 directions and there's 7 grandfather teachings, and 7 is also a magical number. It's a good number. All right, so your card today is a Scorpion. Not a bad card. Actually, we're in that time period. I don't know if we're out of it yet, but the Scorpion, that's the horoscope sign we're in right now. But the horoscope, the Scorpion that comes in, they teach us things, okay? And one of the things that they teach us is, even if you get stung, oh, look, somebody's coming in. Alrighty. Okay, I get really foggy in front of the camera, and if you see that, that's usually indicating that something's in between me and the camera, and that's usually when spirit starts yelling, and I'm getting yelled at right now. Not yelled at for bad things, just hear me, here I am. Okay, so the scorpion comes in, and the sting, right? There's only a couple of varieties of them, I think, that are so poisonous you could die from their sting, but they do it as a protection, right? And if you're ever up against that Scorpio energy of being negative or wanting to lash out, what we do is when we get stung, we mutate that energy into ourselves to allow it to heal. It's kind of like getting a tetanus shot or a pneumonia shot, right? Where if you get that vaccine, it helps you to fight it in the future. And this is what I'm being shown. There's like some crappy things that have been going on around you for a while. And it's just like you can't kind of push your way through it to get away from it. This is all about choice. And you have that choice. So you need to clear the path that's moving people, events, whatever, out of your way that are not conducive to being a positive influence in your life or positivity and unconditional in your life. You need that. You deserve that. You are meant to have that, as each person is. But what we forget is we're in charge of it. So we need to either allow that to happen where healing and good things and positivity comes in, or we let it run amok and we don't have control on it. But what they're showing me is there's stuff, and you just keep getting it's one thing after another. And I'm also being told to tell you, do not ask. I don't know how much more of this I can take. I'm so over this. Why does this keep happening? And what it does is that triggers, okay, well, they asked, I can't take much, how much more? Well, the universe will dump on us. I used to do it. You have to change your thought pattern and what you put out to the universe because it does respond. Okay. Scorpion medicine is, again, taking all the negatives, letting them go through you and rejuvenating and put them out as positives into your world and into the universe. This is very specific for you right now because I feel like you kind of, they keep showing me the scorpion like backing you up into a corner space. So you can't really get away from it. You can dodge it and move it a little bit, but now it's time for you to take control of whatever the situation is. Or if it's a situation with a person, it's like I just feel like you're constantly being berated or discouraged or I don't know, but it's not really nice what they're trying to do or whatever it's happening. So take control of it and tell them not today and push it out of the way. Okay. And then, like I said, repurpose that energy so it brings into you that healing capacity and that knowledge of how to move through similar things if they pop up on your life path in the future. Okay. So that is your card today, Jillian. And thanks for being here. I appreciate you. I can't make it up. I can't make it up. And that's what I'm seeing. Can't make it up. I love you, Presh. That's funny. Oh, there you go. See, I can't make it up. I'm telling you. I'm sorry, Cook. I'm sorry. That's rough. It's funny because I have things that keep popping up. With my mom and with my dad, and it's stuff that I just didn't even know was around. I posted something on my Facebook account earlier in the end of last week, probably, and it was about my daughter when she was 2.5 years old with my mom, and it just made me feel good. And then I just thought, watching the video, it was like, God, how did we get so far past that? I was like 32, 33 years old. And it's like, how did I get past all that? It's just crazy. But they're around us. I know that. Yes, that was a cat. That was Mulan. She's a Siamese, Lilac Point Siamese cat. She's 20 years old. I don't know where she went now. She took off, but yeah, she's good. She's the last cat I have out of 5. They all died of old age, and yeah, she's the last, and she's still very spry, eats very good. She's real good, and she's a happy camper. But yeah, she's something special. That's weird. That's cute. Oh, whew. Hi, Lisa from San Francisco. How are you? I hope you're well. Okay, I'm going to go down a little bit here. Sure, Kathleen, I'll get you a card. I'm just kind of scooting down here a little bit. Oh, Jillian's from Scotland. That's cool. Actually, my family that adopted me when I was a baby, I was 7 months old when they adopted me, and my parents, my mom was actually her grandfather, I believe, was right off the boat on Ellis Island from Scotland. So yeah, my cousins and all that, they're all Scots. That's cool. Let's see what I can get for you today. Okay, here we go. Oh, 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 oh. Y'all decide to have a mind of their own today. Hang on, let's see what I can get here. All righty. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Well, I'll tell you what, I can take these any time of the day or year. Here you go. And your card today is the Dove. Okay. So, Dove. I have a whiteout. It's snowing like whiteout. Can't see past the windows. Just started up with the dove. Okay, so the dove is obviously, you know, most cultures look at doves and in religions as peace and calm. All right. So one of the things that I see is kind of the opposite. It's like there's some turbulent things going on with you, and you need that peace and calm to come in. That kind of tranquility feeling that you feel balanced. And right now, that's what's going on for you is an imbalance. And it's almost like kind of what we were talking about a little earlier about how everybody's kind of overwhelmed. You know, I put the news on for 5 minutes this morning, and I got so irritated because these reporters were asking people who have family members that are hostages on either side over in Israel and in Gaza Strip, you know, and they're all being treated deplorably. And it's like they're sticking microphones in front of these parents who have children that were being held and saying, hey, how does that make you feel? Well, what the heck? What do you think it's going to make you feel if you've lost a loved one in a violent act or in a hostage situation that was violent? You're not going to like that, right? It's why are you asking people? And it irritates me. So this is what I feel, and this is why they're bringing it up for me. It's that same kind of agitation where you want to say something, you want to do something about it, but you're kind of holding back a little bit. And my big thing when all that started over in the Middle East was I had some people that I knew that were friends of mine saying, oh, you know, we're for this side and how horrible and condemned, da, 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 da. I'm like, wait a minute. You can go back through any war. There's casualty on every side. The ones that get hurt most are the ones that are caught in the in-between, not the ones that are doing the fighting, but the people that are living with their families doing about, and all they want to do is do their daily stuff. This is the kind of turmoil that I feel is kind of around you, that kind of unease with the energy, and you can't really figure out where it's coming from or how it's coming. You want that peace and that tranquility. Okay, so what I'm being told is you have to ask for it and allow it to happen. And those are two very important things, because sometimes we can ask for it, but because we're not allowing it, it doesn't occur because we're keeping the door shut. We're putting the shutters up saying we're closed. Okay. I'm telling you this because I did this for years. And when I would ask for healing, because I've gone through a lot of physical surgeries and I have a really bad back, and I've had it since I was a young person. And I just kept saying, I want to heal, I want to heal. And then finally someone said, but you're not allowing it to happen. I was like, what? Huh? When I realized that I was so much against anything, energy, anything, simple hug or some, I pushed everything away, is when I felt like, oh yeah, I can allow it. So you have to allow that peace and calm to come into your life and to settle things. Because I feel there's like a lot of turmoil around you. And again, this doesn't necessarily mean it's your family and the people and things that you hold close in your spiritual sacred circle. It's like life around you. But you have to look at it in a way that you can allow it to come in and work the best way for you. Okay, so I hope that resonates for you, Kathleen, and thanks for popping on today. That was great. I hope it resonates for you. All right, we're going to go down a list here a little bit. Ben, sure, I can give you one, Ben. You're very welcome, Jillian. All right. Sorry. Let's see what I get for Ben. Woo. Let's see. Oh, that's another thing, guys. Remember, tomorrow, wherever you are in the world, tomorrow evening, on the 29th of November, it's going to be that full beaver moon. So make sure if you have crystals or rocks or gems that you want to be charged, make sure you put them where the light can come in and let them go for 24 hours from the start of that moon to the next moon, like the next session where it starts getting a little bit smaller again. Bless them and fill them with energy. And if it's just you and you don't do that, make sure you step out under that beautiful moon tomorrow and be thankful, and make sure you put up your wishes, your desires, what you need help with. Allow it to get that energy from the moon tomorrow night, because grandmother's going to be really full. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I haven't had this card in a while. Okay, so your card today is the honey and the bee. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Hang on. Okay. Okay, so there's something going on with you, and obviously, if you think of bees, you think them collecting honey or it's actually the pollen that they pick up and the stuff to create the honey. And they also are very important in all our ecological places, right? Anywhere, because they keep the plants and the flowers and yes, even weeds sometimes to flourish. Okay, we need bees. Okay, so what I'm saying is you've been a worker bee, so for whatever's going on, you're always the one to dive in first and just get it done. You don't question it. You walk towards it, you jump in, and you do what's needed, when it's needed, how it's needed, okay? But what they're saying is now is time for you to step back and appreciate all that hard work that you put into whatever this is, or it could even be the work you put in on your life path, right? But you need to take a few moments. They're saying a little more than a few moments, but you need to take that time to rejoice in everything that you've put out there, because you're always giving, but now it's the time to kind of take back, to harvest that stuff. And believe it or not, even though we're still in November and there's a lot of places that have snow, it isn't officially winter till December 21st on the solstice. So you're still harvesting everything, all right? And you're doing that so you clear that path so that you can put out and manifest things for yourself in the next months ahead, right? So you need to harvest that, but appreciate all the work you've done into your life path. And they keep saying the life path for whatever reason, but know you're doing it the right way. Know that the spirit family that's around you, your family and friends that have passed, or your ancestors that passed before you were here, they're all in support of whatever this is that you're doing on your path. And they just keep saying, yeah, like a worker bee, just does it because it needs to be done, doesn't question it, just does it. So that's a amazing thing when we hear from our families that are spirit and they're like singing our praises and saying, wow, you're doing a great job. Remind him that we're working with him and watching out for him. Okay, so that is your card today, and it is the honeybee. Thanks, Ben. I'm glad you came here, and yeah, thank you very much. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. That's cool. I want to get, I have another tattoo I have to get, and I wound up actually doing a painting of it instead that they gave me because I haven't been able to get down. And the guy that I wanted to do it, he's not doing tattooing right now. So I got to wait. All right. Cool. Yeah, you know, I always had that number when I was growing up. I love 7. 7's very, very impactful number. Okay, gonna go down the list again. Hang on. Thanks for coming on, Cook. Here you go, Maria. She's saying she could see your comments and she loves you, Jillian. Ooh. All right, going down a little farther. Hi, Joyce. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's just off. I don't know. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, that people don't realize it. You know, even when they go out and they spray their gardens and stuff, you know, with insect spray, you don't realize we need the creatures that were, I mean, I am in a whiteout. It is really something out there right now. But we need, everything has purpose that was put on the planet. And if people don't realize that, we're lost because we're going to not be able to do stuff. And we need the bees. Bees don't bother me. It's the wasps that I'm allergic to. I don't like wasps. But they have their purpose too. I just stay away from them. Oh, thank you, Jillian. Okay. Yeah, you're on a life path. Oh, number 7. Well, that's cool. That is really cool. I don't know what I'm on. I have one of my best friends, Tammy, one of my very best friends can do numbers in their head like nothing. They could tell me how they got it to that number 100 times over. I can't do it. Never had a mind for math. Never had a mind for math. All righty. All righty. Well, I love all. Oh, wait. Let's see here. Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, you know, my big thing, Angelia, or I'm sorry, Angelia, right? Yep, Angelia. The big thing for me, I wouldn't want to keep bees. I'm not a beekeeper material person, but I plant for bees. So I put out butterfly bushes, and I have echinacea, and I have some of the wildflower mixes that are all out there intentionally for bees. And I just started planting again this year because last year I wound up this past year, you know, I busted my leg in the beginning. I didn't do anything outside. So, and then 2.5 years ago, we had a great flood here in town. They called it the 100-year flood, and I was all the way to the road. We were underwater. So it took all my perennial plants, but that's what I do. I plant for the birds, I plant for the butterflies and the bees, and that's the best thing you can ever do. for nature. It's to really help them and do what they need to do to keep them in existence, because we do need them. So, all right, guys. Well, I love you all, and I hope you're well. And until next time. Well, actually, no, I take it back till tomorrow. Holly and I will be on same time, same place on Spiritually Paranormal. And then Thursday, I have conversations, and don't know who that guest's going to be, but we're going to talk to him on Thursday. So I'll see you guys later, and thanks for popping in, and I hope you guys resonated with some of the cards today. Okay, bye.
Yeah. Cool. What? Bye, bear, my bear.
Bye, Mama
See you
Bear.
later, bear, my bear, my bear.